Or getting educated about our health, wellness, our general well-being as we move into one of the busiest and most stressful times of the year, the holidays. So if you want to take control now, we're going to do that, and we're going to do it alongside Andrew Lessman. And if you don't know about Andrew Lessman, he has a 40-year career, 23 of those years spent right here at HSN, bringing you the finest, purest, most potent forms of vitamins and supplements with no additives, no fillers or binders or extra colors. It is pure potency, pure health, and he does it all from start to finish at his ProCaps laboratory in Henderson, Nevada. It's a solar-powered facility, start to finish, bringing you the best of the best. And I'm really excited about this special show today because we're at the tail end of Andrew's weekend special visit. He has a big show at 10 o'clock tonight with Adam. He'll be answering your questions, the things that you want to know about your health and wellness, but I was able to get him on the phone for this hour to bring back some of your favorites, as I mentioned, at the tail end of this weekend special. So I want to welcome Andrew, who's joining us live on the phone right now from California. Andrew, hi, and I'm so happy to have you for this hour.
It's a pleasure to be here. I'm sorry I lost track of time. I was just eating lunch, so I just stepped out, and now we're going to go over all. We have a whole bunch of fun products to talk about.
So many.
And that's, for this evening, we're probably going to try to do the same thing. The most popular products I have tend to be the products that have the most questions.
Sure.
So that's what we're going to do here today, and I'm going to recall most of the questions, as many as I can, that I tend to receive on these products. So hopefully in doing so, I answer a lot of the questions folks have about our most important products.
Fantastic. And these are some of the most highly rated at their very best value. So let's jump right in, and we're going to start with talking about strong, healthy, and more flexible joints and supporting our joint health, doing that with the glucosamine and chondroitin. And what we've got for you today is a fantastic value on either the 75 capsule, 150, 300, or 600 capsule. Everything, it should be noted, is free shipping and handling and 5 flexible payments this entire hour, everything offered from Andrew. So Andrew, I'd love to, when we start with this, talk about what exactly is glucosamine and chondroitin and who needs it.
Glucosamine and chondroitin are basically the building blocks of our joints. They're the building blocks of the connective tissue in our body that has incredible strength, but at the same time, incredible flexibility. And we often talk about collagen peptides and things. Collagen peptides are the integrating proteins that connect the glucosamine and chondroitin to create this remarkable, flexible system of incredibly powerful tissues that we need for our joints, we need for the valves in our heart, we need for the most important arteries in our body. These are things that have to contend with incredible forces, yet also be incredibly flexible. So glucosamine and chondroitin are those key molecules, the key building blocks. But at the same time, unfortunately, most products that use glucosamine and chondroitin use a form that is exactly contrary to what the science has said needs to be used in a supplement. So they use something called glucosamine hydrochloride, and glucosamine sulfate has been the subject of the positive research. So they do this because it's cheaper, and they know that most consumers don't know any better. So unfortunately, when you're using a product that contains glucosamine, and it's been disappointing, you can bet it was a glucosamine hydrochloride product and not the proper scientific form that's been proven in the clinical studies.
So you'd say that's definitely one of the major differences just across the board with Andrew's vitamins and supplements. And you said this once, Andrew, that you follow the science. So you take what's scientifically shown to be the most effective for us and to have the highest potency and the purest form, and that's what you bring to us. So I am really excited to be able to offer this at the values that we have today, considering it's the last day of your weekend special visit. So if you'll notice, depending on which you choose, the savings goes up tremendously if you choose the higher amount of capsules. So for instance, the 600 capsule, you're looking at a savings of over $100 here. So as you're doing your shopping and you're considering this, keep in mind the savings goes up as the capsule count goes up. We have free shipping and handling right now, and having 5 flex payments means you can get it home now and start to see the results that the more than 1,200 reviews on this, Andrew, have shown. And of that 1,200, I was fascinated. Nearly 1,000 of those are perfect 5-star. What has the feedback meant to you that you've seen on these products?
Well, It's kind of the same feedback we get on all of our products. Yeah. All of our products follow the science. All of our products are designed to work. If I ever created a product, and we have, that didn't get good reviews, that's basically telling me I need to go back to the drawing board. Mm-hmm. Unlike most vitamin companies, we actually make all of these products. Most vitamin companies have them made for them by contract manufacturers. So if we make a product and it's not pleasing to everyone, we go back to work until we get perfect reviews. Yep. That's our goal, that the product performs as well as it performs in the science, and that's what we try to do. If we read science that's exciting and is worthy of a product being created around it, then we try to emulate and copy that science and get these kinds of results. So it's virtually all of our products are about 80 to 90% five-star reviews. Wow. And generally over 95% positive reviews, without exception.
And I just opened up one of the capsules as you were explaining that, just to show to our viewers the difference in what you bring us. It's not these huge horse pills that are rock solid and they're hard to swallow and they're hard on the stomach. There is a huge difference in yours being these capsules with all that pure potent ingredient just built right inside. Very easy to take and very easy on our system once we do take them.
And that's a very important point, especially with glucosamine. When it's delivered incorrectly, it's delivered as glucosamine hydrochloride. Hydrochloride is hydrochloric acid. The last thing most of us need is more hydrochloric acid in our stomach. So glucosamine, when it's in a tablet, you're introducing this incredibly concentrated source of stomach irritation. Sure. So first thing we do, it's glucosamine sulfate. It's the proper form for joint benefits. It's not going to create that stomach upset because it's in an ultrafine powder. So what we also do is not only do we follow the science to make sure the product is going to give you the results, the reason why you're interested in it, the reason why you're choosing to invest in it. So we are following the science to give you those results, but also we absolutely guarantee that there won't be any problems, that whatever product you're looking at, it won't be hard to swallow. Right. It won't upset your stomach. It won't have some funny or unpleasant aftertaste. It's just all about benefits. And on top of all of that, we're actually in our extended holiday return period right now. So even if it was your first time trying these, let's say, and you want the time to see the results that we're talking about, you have until the end of January next year to decide if this is for you. So it's a great time to take advantage, take control of our health while we have free shipping and 5 flexible payments on everything from Andrew today. And it's all leading up to his big show tonight at 10 o'clock. To answer your questions and to bring you back some of your favorites and some new items as well. So as we move along, Andrew, we're gonna move into the world of collagen. You did mention collagen peptides just a moment ago, but I think most of us, when we hear collagen, we think skin, hair, nails, joints, but taking it from the inside is completely different than what we see in, say, our cosmetics and topical creams. This is a whole new level of health and well-being with your collagen peptides. And you brought us 2 choices with marine collagen, but then you also brought us the free-range collagen. So why the 2 options, and where should we start when it comes to the world of collagen peptides? Well, first of all, everyone needs to know that as much as I would like it to not be the case, you know, it's sort of like finding out that there isn't Santa Claus, that collagen can't be absorbed through the skin. Yes. It just can't. It's a large molecule. I wish by delivering it on the surface of our skin, we deliver its benefits into our skin, but it can't. It doesn't happen. The skin is not designed to be a system or an organ that absorbs molecules of this size. So the only way to deliver collagen peptides to the skin is by ingesting them. So then the question is, what form? Because collagen is in and of itself a resistant protein, which means it's like fiber. It can't be digested, can't be absorbed. So the collagen has to be treated in a fashion that creates what's called dipeptides, tripeptides, oligopeptides. It has to create these particles of the proper molecular weight such that they can be absorbed and delivered to the skin. And whether it's our marine collagen or our free-range collagen, both have been validated and shown that the molecules as they're contained in this product can be absorbed into the skin and actually have been validated to arrive in the skin, also arrived in the joints, which sort of a 50-50 split why people use this product, whether for the beauty of their joints
Sure.
or the beauty of their skin or the comfort of their joints. And as to why we have both, interestingly enough, marine collagen has been the focus of beauty, topical beauty products.
Right.
And free-range collagen has been the focus for joint health. That they both are almost identical in molecular structure. So whether you want a product for beauty or your joints, either one works perfectly. What's wonderful about the free-range collagen is that it's half the price of the marine collagen.
Right.
Marine collagen, there's just a worldwide shortage. I was always hoping the price would go down. It hasn't. So unfortunately, marine collagen is much more expensive, and the free-range collagen is a fraction of its price. I take a scoop of each every day. I can do that because I make them. But if you're on a tight budget, I would choose the free-range collagen.
Okay.
Again, we break these down on a molecular level, and on a molecular level, they are virtually identical. Also, they're all instantly soluble. You can mix them with water or smoothies or yogurt, and they have no taste. So unlike other collagen products that can be just horrible and nasty to use.
Right. Well, to your point then, I have a glass of water here and I just put a scoop of the collagen peptides in there. I did the free range and I'm mixing it up in the water just to show what you're saying, because it's amazing how it will turn clear after just a little bit of time and no taste, no funny aftertaste. And I know for you, Andrew, and with everything you bring us, it's not just the ingredients, it's that delivery system. So how important was that to you in the development of this and the efficacy when we use it?
And the work that has gone into our creating these two collagen peptide products, we've worked with the same company to create both, and it's no small feat to think that collagen peptides, which is a resistant protein, which should basically just go into water like sawdust, but because of the molecular size and the molecular weight, that solubility is your indication of what we call bioavailability. It's your indication that you're going to be able to receive significant benefits from this product because it's available. If something doesn't go into solution, it's not going to be able to be absorbed. So it's truly, I don't like to use this word lightly, but it's kind of a miraculous technology that enables something that's a resistant protein that shouldn't be absorbed, shouldn't be soluble, makes it absorbable, makes it soluble, and we can track in the science. They use radioisotopic labeling, so they actually label the collagen, and then they look for those labels in skin, they look for those labels in the joints, and guess what? It gets to the sites in the body where it's supposed to go. So if you get this in your body will know what to do with it, and your body will benefit from it.
Isn't that amazing? It's truly fascinating. So, I mean, again, you have your choice of the marine collagen peptides or the free range. And when you're choosing by serving, we showed it in a glass of water, but Andrew, you mentioned you could easily add this to your morning smoothies. Maybe it's your yogurt parfaits. Whatever works for you, you just choose how many servings you would like to pick up today. And because we're at the tail end of our weekend special, it's a great time, in my opinion, to go for the larger serving size, because when you break it down, you know, serving by serving, the savings that you're getting, as you can see in the chart here alone, going with the 240 servings, you're saving $85 today and 80 cents. You can break this up easily onto flex payments. We have free shipping and handling. Read the reviews. More than 1,100 perfect 5-star reviews. That's important, and we bring that up because, I mean, how else will you know, besides visually seeing the changes in your body, feeling great? If you've never tried it though, Andrew, to have that resource to be able to go to our website and see what people just like you are saying and what they've experienced, I think is really, truly valuable. So if you want to pick those up, yeah, we have them.
I was just going to say, as much as I'm passionate about all the products that I make, I love the fact that the reviews exist, because the reviews they provide an objective, unbiased opportunity to see what you can expect. And I think if you're investing substantially in something, you have every right to know what someone other than the creator of that product. And I try, when I talk about a product, to speak about the science, to speak about objective things, to speak about that collagen peptides or collagen is a resistant protein. It's also the predominant protein in our body.
Right.
That it is the dominant protein in the human body, and it's required for the resiliency of our skin. It's also required for the strength and resiliency of our arteries and veins. So whether we want beautiful skin or whether we want flexible, healthy joints, collagen protein, collagen peptides are critical. But until this very talented Japanese company that we get our collagen peptides from, until they figured out how to take that resistant protein and turn it into something that the human body easily wants to absorb, that collagen peptides were unavailable, their benefits unavailable. Today, they're available to everyone, and they truly are remarkable. And as you said, during the visit, everybody gets to take advantage of our special pricing until the end of the day tonight.
That's right, that's right. Well, I'm really excited about the next supplement we're gonna talk about. Having an Asian background and cooking and culture, turmeric has always been a part of our lives in the kitchen as a spice, but the health benefits and the science and research behind it is truly fascinating, and you and your team, Andrew, have found a way to take it and get those benefits and put them into these beautiful supplements for us. And we have them, I mean, even just looking at the capsule and seeing that fiery orange yellow color and knowing that this has these soothing properties for joint health, liver, digestion, and I know you'll get into all the science behind it. It's a really exciting time. I know it was a long time coming for you and your team, but we do have it available today in 30, 60, 120, and 240 capsules. So maybe you can give me and everyone watching the background on this, on why taking turmeric from uses in spices and the spice world into our health and supplements.
Well, perhaps the most frequent question we get is how much do you need to take? Yep. And can I just get it from spice and foods?
Right.
First of all, the turmeric spice that you see typically with foods, that has about 1% curcuminoids. Curcuminoids are what makes turmeric beneficial. But if you live in India or Asia, where you're consuming enormous amounts of turmeric, that 1% maybe isn't a huge limitation. But if you're taking it as a supplement, where you're not eating it frequently in large quantities, you need to make sure that there are higher levels of curcuminoids. Our turmeric is 95% curcuminoids. In fact, all high-quality turmeric will be 95% curcuminoids.
Oh, okay.
But that's only the beginning of the story, because the rest of the story is that you could take that seemingly perfect 95% curcuminoid turmeric and you could eat it every day and you won't get benefits. The reason why is the curcuminoids in turmeric are inherently not well absorbed. And there are two things that can happen to make them well absorbed. Cook with them. The moment you cook with them and you introduce them with a little bit of fat, as you would if you lived in India and you were making stew or things like that, then your turmeric and the curcuminoids become available and beneficial. Unfortunately, in a supplement, most companies are just delivering it with nothing. So the way we create our turmeric, and we've been doing this for decades, long before anyone else even contemplated offering turmeric, we've always combined it with a little bit of fat. We effectively cook it at a low temperature with a small amount of phosphatidylcholine, the most important phospholipid in your brain and your liver. So that makes our turmeric about 3,000% more beneficial, bioavailable. There's another method that can be used that we dismissed, we chose not to use. That's by adding the little black pepper spice to your turmeric.
Okay.
And we wouldn't do that for two reasons. First, our turmeric is mild and can actually settle your stomach. Why add black pepper to irritate your stomach? Also, that black pepper spice can also affect the absorption and the metabolism of drugs, and we wouldn't want to do that. We don't want to have to give any warnings about our products and drugs. So those are the most important things to know about turmeric, that just like glucosamine, just seeing it on the label doesn't mean it's going to benefit you. It needs to be put together, assembled in a product that intends to overcome the inherent problem with turmeric, which is the fact that it's not well absorbed unless it's been combined in food, like a stew with fat, which is exactly, we effectively, our turmeric, oh, sorry, there's some gardeners near me where I'm walking, but turmeric is something that we treat it basically like we're introducing it in food. It's low calories, it's no calories, of course, in the capsule, but our combining it with phosphatidylcholine takes a page right out of the Asian cookbook, the Indian cookbook. So all of the excitement, all of the research that you hear about turmeric, you actually get to take advantage of. You actually know you're going to get access to those benefits.
And who would benefit most from this? What has the science and the research shown that turmeric can do for us and for our well-being?
That's a great question, because it's almost and I sound silly saying it, I guess, who wouldn't benefit?
Yeah.
But the most frequent consumer of a turmeric product, if I were to list them in order of the interest, that when we inquire, why are you getting this? The first and foremost is as a natural tool for soothing their joints.
Okay.
There's all sorts of things we do to soothe our joints, which can be difficult on our stomachs, difficult on our systems. So turmeric is sort of the first line of natural soothing. When we talk about glucosamine and chondroitin for our joints, that's a structural molecule. Even when we talk about collagen peptides, again, that's structural. So those are critical for our joint health and function. But when we're talking about turmeric, we're really talking about its soothing benefits to what are often irritated joint tissues. So that's the first line. The second group of individuals reaching for this are folks looking for something that could be detoxifying. Detoxifying for their liver, detoxifying for their body, detoxifying for their digestive system.
Well, the beauty is those of you taking it are going to reap the benefits of both worlds. So it is a beautiful thing to try. Truly read the reviews once again. And we are going to read reviews for you as well here on the air. But it's one of those things, if you need to do the research and you want to see, I find it really impressive that of 575 reviews on this, 450 of them, again, perfect 5-star reviews. So we do have that available if you're on the line. The 240 capsule has been the most popular. It's the biggest savings. And we're going to move on now, Andrew, to the Essential-1 Multivitamin. And I know there's a lot of things that set this apart. It's the foundation product for you 40 years ago, the first thing that you brought to the table. And it's a one-time, one capsule once a day, 25 plus nutrients, easy on the stomach, easy to take. But Andrew, I feel like the reviews on this one, above and beyond, really set this apart, because if you go to the stores, you see multivitamins everywhere, but this first review says it all. Nothing in this world that beats him. So listen to this. It says, personally, I will never be without Andrew's products. I've been taking his supplements for 2 decades when he first appeared on QVC. There's nothing better than ProCaps Labs. Absolutely nothing. I know about supplements. At one time in my life, I was asked to sell another brand and give feedback. I went off Andrew's for a short while. Big mistake. Back I went, and I will never even try another brand of supplement. And that's just a general testimonial. So, you know, Andrew, as we talk about your foundation product, where it all starts, probably good for those of us who don't know where to begin, a multivitamin is gonna cover a lot of bases for us. But how does your Essential-1 beat out and differ from all of those we see on the shelves of our local stores?
Well, first of all, we've done away with all the unpleasant ingredients that you want nothing to do with. Artificial colors, binders, fillers, lubricants, additives.
Oh my gosh.
The only thing in that capsule are the vitamins, the minerals, the carotenoids that you want. That is it. So you're only paying for the things that benefit you, the things that you want. I think it's an insult to any consumer to put an artificial color in a multivitamin to make it look pretty. In fact, I even think the folks who make M&Ms, they stopped using artificial colors.
Yeah.
Yet somehow the companies making the leading multivitamins still use artificial colors, which is just astounding to me. Also, when you look at this product, most people take a multivitamin. We know already that they're usually deficient or insufficient in either vitamin D and vitamin B12.
Okay.
So we've made our multivitamin effectively a separate vitamin D at 2,000 IU and a separate B12 at 250 micrograms. And you might say, well, B12 doesn't work in an oral supplement. You need to get a shot. Not so with RB12. RB12 is a natural coenzyme form, unlike all the typical products, and it's protected from stomach acid so it can deliver its benefits. So what makes this different is the level of purity, the level of respect, the fact that it acknowledges what our status is nutritionally and gives us the two key nutrients at separate levels. If you're buying vitamin D or B12, it would justify the purchase of this.
Right.
And you get another 24 ingredients for free.
You're reading my mind, yeah.
All the typical multivitamins, we also put in lutein, lycopene, zeaxanthin, which 99% of the leading multivitamins completely ignore.
And I would say too, what a great opportunity if you're new to the world of Andrew Lessman and the beautiful supplements and vitamins that he brings us, because we all need a multivitamin. So it'd be a great place to start, and the value that we have today is just tremendous as we wrap up your weekend special with your last day of these special pricing. For instance, if you see the 360 capsule, if you're just taking one a day, that's nearly a year's worth of your multivitamin, and it's a $40 savings for you today with free shipping and 5 flexible payments. And don't forget, you have until the end of January next year, as with everything else here at HSN, to try it out, see if it's for you. You'll notice none of those colors. It's not looking like candy with all the artificial extra colors and additives and fillers. Very easy to take. The 3,000 5-star reviews all say that. No upset stomach whatsoever. And it does what it's meant to do. And Andrew, it was interesting when you mentioned how you feel like it's an insult to us as consumers to have multivitamins that look like the ones I'm laying out right now on our table. They are bright red, bright green. They're massive. I mean, this one right here makes me nervous to even contemplate taking every single day. And then we compare it to the multivitamins that you bring us that, first of all, are not hard as a rock. They don't have all of the fancy colors. And when you open them up, inside is all of those vitamins and nutrients that you're talking about. It's a tremendous difference when you see it on your television screen.
It's an ultra-fine powder that will not upset your stomach, that's ultra-soluble. If you were designing vitamins for yourself, this is how you would go about it. You just put the essential ingredients you need in the product, in their proper form, at their proper level. You wouldn't crush them into a tablet to cause you an upset stomach or to make it difficult for you to swallow. You would make sure that it was just delivering benefits and nothing more. That's what these are supposedly all about. And it's sort of sad when I look at the world of multivitamins. Here, 40 years after I made my first multivitamin, I see these products still contain artificial colors. And back at that time, I said, it's only a matter of time. They'll stop. But they haven't, and they still make their products virtually unchanged from when I was a child. And my Essential-1, we probably in the last 40 years, I wouldn't be surprised if we've made at least 100 improvements to this formula.
Wow.
And we've had at least 30 different versions. So every, I'd say, 6 to 12 months, even if it means we have to get rid of labels and things like that, if there's an opportunity to improve anything about the formula, we chase after that opportunity and we immediately improve the formula.
Well, I'll say the history, the research, and the reviews on this one definitely prove that point to a T. So I'm really happy we were able to feature that in this hour for you guys, and we do have them ready for you, free shipping and handling, as I mentioned, and that 5 flex payments. This is all to celebrate Andrew's weekend special. This is the last day of the visit. He has a 10 p.m. show coming up tonight, a very special show with Adam, I believe, right, Andrew? And you'll be answering questions and really jumping into the meat of what people want to know about your supplements.
And that's, we often do that on Monday night after the visit. We'll just do a show and kind of dedicate it. Oftentimes we dedicate it to a lot of products. We'll do 30 products in 2 hours that we never get to spend much time talking about.
Yeah.
But tonight what we're going to try to do is really talk about the most popular products, because those are the ones that have the most frequent questions. And that's where I'm really going to try to dig into the questions, because that's my job. I always say my products, the reviews, they sell themselves.
Yeah.
So my job is to just get out of the way and answer questions, provide objective information, and I don't have to push my products, because I think the information, the reviews, the science does a sufficiently good job of educating everyone so we could all make our own informed decisions without me having to push.
Yes, absolutely. And then the next supplement that we're going to talk about is truly an example of one of the most popular, most requested items, and that's your omega-3, the essential omega-3. And, you know, most of us know in general that the omega-3s, you know, the brain, the heart, our cardio system, the eyes, but once again, the issues we run into, not only with the pureness and the potency of what we're seeing out there, it's these giant pills with fishy aftertastes, with who knows what else is mixed into them. And I think that's what makes your maximum essential omega-3 fatty acids so highly rated and so popular here, is that it's easy to take, there is no aftertaste, and you are getting the purest, most potent forms of those essential omega-3s and fatty acids. So what we have today is everything from a 30 to a 60 capsule, 180, and a 360 capsule. And you'll notice the savings just go up as the capsule count goes up as well. So it is another one of those great opportunities to pick up something that, as the title says, is essential to our health and well-being. But Andrew, correct me if I'm wrong, but if we're not getting it from our diet, where else are we getting these essential omega-3s and fatty acids?
You're not getting it. So they are, the reason why the word essential is in the name of the product is just like a vitamin or a mineral is essential nutrient, that we have to get it from outside because our body can't produce it. These fatty acids fit that exact same definition. And unfortunately, if you look at the American diet, one of the most defining characteristics of the American diet is the absence of omega-3 fats, unfortunately. And most of us know the role they play in cardiovascular health and heart health. And yes, it is an incredibly important and critical role. But only recently have we discovered the role it plays in brain health and in eye health. I've always talked about that simply from a structural standpoint, that if we simply consider that the phospholipids, say, in our brain, of those phospholipids in our brain, two-thirds of them, two-thirds of the dry weight of our brain is DHA, the omega-3 we focus on in this product. So that would lead one to a conclusion. If two-thirds of the dry weight of the brain are phospholipids made from DHA, that DHA is critically important to our brain because structure and function work hand in hand. And then, of course, the highest concentration of DHA, the omega-3 we focus on, is in the eye, the macular region of the eye, the retina of the eye. So it's really inescapable. And now the research and clinical studies have confirmed that the health of our eyes, the health of our brain, especially as we age, is absolutely linked to our intake of omega-3 fats, especially DHA, docosahexaenoic acid.
Wow. And, you know, we're looking at reviews right now. So on top of the research and the science, more than 3,000 of you have gotten these home, tried them out, and come back to write a perfect 5-star review. Like this one, for instance, says, love these vitamins. These from Andrew Lessman are by far the best of the best. I've been taking these for 3 years now, and I just love them. When they have a today's special with free shipping, you can't beat the price. I ordered the huge container. I cannot say enough about these vitamins. Thank you, HSN and Andrew Lessman, for bringing us these awesome vitamins. And this next one is short and succinct, and I love it. It says, this is the only omega-3 supplement I would ever use. I've been taking them for many years. No burps. Real life here, no burps. I trust this line of supplements to be pure, and I love them. So it's everything we're talking about, having that research and science behind it, getting the right ingredients delivered in the right way, and you at home loving them and reaping the benefits. And I love, Andrew, when we have these, we show comparisons to everyone, and I know you like to do that because just like multivitamins, when we go to the stores, I feel like there's omega-3 pills everywhere, but they all look different. They're all different colors. These are massive. You end up with the burps, like our reviewer said, with that fishy taste. And when we compare these drugstore, you know, pills to your supplements, they look strikingly different. What is it that makes these appear so different, the two?
What's funny is they look bigger, so you'd think, wow, I mean, Andrew's product must give a lot less omega-3. It mustn't be as good in terms of potency. But you'd be wrong, because the products, those other products, are about 300 milligrams of omega-3s, whereas ours is 500.
Wow.
So size can be misleading when you're looking at these capsules. So Again, that's what makes our products also will have no fishy aftertaste, absolutely no fishy repeat. They're designed to deliver the benefits, as I say with all my products, that what good is a vitamin that delivers its benefits when it causes you problems? That's a bad vitamin. So until we can figure out how to deliver our benefits, we talked about this with Ultimate Friendly Flora. Until we could deliver how to figure out how to do that and deliver its benefits without causing problems, we haven't succeeded. And we won't bring a product to market until we've succeeded. So our omega-3, it's the natural form of the omega-3 fats, which most products are synthetic form. Most of the products you see in supermarkets and discount stores are synthetic form. Ours is the natural form. Ours is also balanced in favor of DHA over EPA, because DHA is critical for our brain, critical for our eyes, critical for our heart, and that's the driving force behind most people taking an omega-3. So why would you balance it in favor of EPA instead of DHA?
Right.
We favor DHA. So it's a long list of things that we do differently from everyone else. But if you were reading the science and making it for yourself, it would look exactly like the product we're making here. It wouldn't be any different.
That's why we appreciate so much doing these special shows with you. It truly is education. And you've said this before, whether it's your supplements or not, the fact that you can watch and become educated and make informed decisions is going to put you leaps and bounds ahead of everybody else when it comes to taking control of your own health. So we do really appreciate that. And so does everyone who takes your supplements. And, you know, as we move on to the next one, now we're going to focus on eyes and supporting our healthy vision, protecting our eyes as well. And what you bring to us is called Ultimate Eye Support, and it focuses on two key ingredients. So we've got lutein and zeaxanthin, and for someone who's not an expert in the field and who's just tuning in and saying, yeah, I really do need to support the health of my eyes, why are those two ingredients, the lutein and zeaxanthin, very, very important?
They're not important because I say they are. They're important because whoever designed us, whenever they designed us with these two macular pigments in our retina to protect our retina, to make sure we had clear vision today and have clear vision throughout our lifetime. So whoever that grand designer was, we can blame him or we could thank him for requiring lutein and zeaxanthin, because they are, by their very definition, they are the optical pigments. Our body can't make them. But if we deliver them, which unfortunately our diet doesn't do very well at all, if we deliver them, our body concentrates them in the macular region of the retina, also concentrates them in the brain. There's now an abundance of research rolling in about lutein and zeaxanthin's role in terms of brain health and having our brain age in a more healthier fashion. But simply stated, lutein and zeaxanthin are defining of the macular region of the retina. By defining, the macular region is, in Latin, it's macula lutea, means yellow spot. So yellow spot, it's a yellow spot because of lutein and zeaxanthin. So we require these carotenoids to have healthy, sharp vision. We require these carotenoids to age, to have our eyes age healthy. Otherwise, our macula can become compromised, and that's not something that any of us wants or seeks. So they are the two critical ingredients in this formula, along with anthocyanins. This is a very comprehensive formula that has ingredients that support healthy circulation to and from the eye, to carry nutrients to the eye, waste products away from the eye, but also anthocyanins are the protective compounds that support night vision. One of the most common and frequent reviews about this product is a significant change in night vision, where folks who couldn't drive at night before now comfortably drive at night. And that's because of the addition of the bilberry and the high concentrations of those protective compounds called anthocyanins. I
mean, that's fascinating to me. And we actually there are so many reviews on this Ultimate Eye Health in particular, more than 1,500 of them, by the way, perfect 5-star. And to your point, Andrew, this review says, it's improved my eyes tremendously. I shared it with my parents and they both got great reviews from their eye doctor. And for me, here it is, my eyes adjust better and faster to the darkness and they itch less. Thank you. This next review says, great for aging eyes. My eye doctor told me that vitamins are a good thing for aging eyes. I've been taking these for over a year now and will continue to take them in the hope of reducing any loss or blurring of my vision that goes with aging. So is it safe to say that we're addressing supporting our current eye health and also trying to maintain that for the long run, Andrew?
Oh, absolutely. You can read as many reviews there talking about sharpness of vision, quality of vision today, night vision today, and also reviews talking about the long term, talking about the future, talking about feedback from their doctors. So our eyes, unfortunately, are vulnerable organs. A number of years ago, I was speaking to a physician who unfortunately is no longer with us, but he was one of the leading physicians in developing the cataract, the lens implant surgery for those of us with cataract and things like that. Anyone has cataract, it's something that people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s might deal with. But he pioneered that research back in the 50s and 60s. And I just asked him casually one day, so when do all of us really start working on these cataracts? When do they really start going on? And his response to me, I expected him to say, 50, 60, 70, something like that. He said, when you're born, the moment you open your eyes and the moment you let light in, that is the day you start working on cataracts and eye damage.
Well, that's encouraging.
Inherently damages our eyes. So it was a fascinating insight to me. Yeah. But to me, what I took away from that is no time is too soon or no time is too late to start ensuring that your body has the protective compounds necessary to deal with the inevitable damage that comes from us walking through life with our eyes wide open.
Right.
And we need to do that, so it's just common sense to protect them.
Well, we offer these in a range from 30 capsules up to 60, 180, and 360 capsules, and you can see the savings on your screen. And if you're just joining us, you should know this has been a really special weekend with Andrew here. We've been offering very special price points for you, free shipping and handling as always, and 5 flexible payments on everything we offer from Andrew Lessman. Being Monday, that means we are at the tail end of these weekend specials. So this is the opportunity and that moment for you to be able to say, yes, I want to take control. I want to prevent. I want to support the health of my eyesight. Maybe it is for your parents, like some of our reviewers are saying. There's never been a better time to jump in and get them home. Use the 5 flexible payments as well and see the difference it can make, because the reviews speak for themselves. The science and the research is there, as Andrew is telling us. And you will not find a more pure and more potent form of these supplements and vitamins. I mean, Andrew has dedicated 4 decades now, Andrew, of your life to, bringing us the best of the best when it comes to supplements and vitamins. And it's truly amazing how you do it all start to finish in your own laboratory out in Henderson. It's just one of those things I think more people should know about, because that's what really sets you apart from the others out there.
Unfortunately, the other products out there are generally made by contract manufacturers, and everything we make. It's why yesterday with our Today Special, we had sold out the Today Special around lunchtime. Wow. But we were able to fill orders all the way through the end of the day. Why? Because we were able to manufacture more. So when I first went on air, I was saying how everything you get is usually a week or 2 old at most. Right. But probably all the supplements people will be getting on this Today Special is going to be a matter of days old. And that's because everything is made fresh. We constantly are upgrading, updating. As technology, science, ingredients permit, we continue to improve our products. I'm sort of obsessive about wanting to always make something better. Yeah. So we're constantly focused. Everyone in our product development department, our raw material department, when we're looking at raw materials and purchasing raw materials, we're always looking at how do we make things better. And that's each of these formulas has, without exception, had dozens of different versions, evolutions over the years, where we continue to make it better and better each time.
Well, it really shines through in the results that so many of you are finding with this. And before we move to another body part, let's stick with the eyes for just a moment, because I know something you could take in conjunction to your Essential Eyes or on its own would be your Maximum L plus Z. And this is your ultra high potency, pure lutein and zeaxanthin, correct? So I'm wondering if someone's watching, how do they know if they need this one versus the Ultimate Eye, or if they should be taking them together, Andrew?
a lot of folks will take 1 or 2 capsules of Ultimate Eye as their foundational eye product, 1 or 2 capsules of that, and then they will take 1 or 2 capsules. In most cases, it would just be 1 capsule of the Max L Plus V. This product has its origins in the requests of doctors, ophthalmologists, including my own. And my own said, if he could have a single product, because he views lutein and zeaxanthin as being, above all, the most important nutrients that anyone could provide to their eyes and healthy vision. So if he could have a single small capsule that delivered 12 milligrams of lutein and 6 milligrams of zeaxanthin in their proper form, that would be the dream product.
Right.
It would be the perfect booster over a multivitamin with lutein and zeaxanthin, a perfect booster over a foundational comprehensive eye formula like our Ultimate Eye. And that was the origins of this product. So not only my ophthalmologist, but dozens of others had given that same feedback. So as I say, we certainly design our own products, but most of those designs come from ideas and suggestions or criticism that we've received from those of you who use our products. So that was the origins of Max L Plus V. There's nothing like it. It's incredibly affordable for the potency of the perfect forms of lutein and zeaxanthin.
Well, so I just, as you were sharing that information, I was squeezing one of the capsules, and it truly is unique. We have this bright red, very saturated color. Can you explain to me why that's important to see and how that plays into the potency and efficacy of your supplements?
Well, it gives you a sense of how saturated it is, because lutein and zeaxanthin are typically a deep yellow color, but they're so concentrated in that little capsule. We're talking about 12,000 micrograms of lutein and 6,000 micrograms of zeaxanthin in that tiny capsule. And they're pigments. So pigments are what, just like pigments can protect our skin, optical pigments are what protects our eyes, but also sharpen the vision in our eyes. So the lutein and zeaxanthin, their molecular structure is such that on one hand, they're incredibly protective molecules that allow us to provide protection against UV radiation and blue light, all the stuff we get with our computers and screens. But at the same time, it also plays a role in acting as an optical filter in terms of sharpness of vision. So it's just, again, the grand design of our body. On one hand, lutein and zeaxanthin are absolutely essential to protect our vision over the course of our lifetime. On the other hand, they're absolutely essential for the quality of our vision today. And unfortunately, the way we eat in our modern society, we no longer get, not just an abundance, we no longer get a significant amount of lutein and zeaxanthin at all.
Well, as you can see on your screen, we have lots of options for you in terms of how many capsules, anywhere from 30 to 60, 120, or 240 capsules. Now, normally, regularly, our pricing, let's say the 240 capsules, which has been the most popular, it would usually be $179. So if you look at the special pricing that we have today as the last day of our weekend special with Andrew at $119.90, that's a savings of $60. So if you're watching and you're seeing this, I've said this before, but this is really the opportunity to take advantage of this special pricing, the free shipping and handling, and the 5 flexible payments. That's for everyone shopping HSN all the time. FlexPay helps you take a price and break it into equal monthly installments using any major credit or debit card of your choice, PayPal if you prefer, but there's no interest on that. So not only are you getting the purest and most potent forms of these essential vitamins and supplements, but you get them in a more affordable way. And never mind the fact that Andrew, as he mentioned, at his own facility, does everything start to finish. So we're cutting out the middleman, you know, all of the advertisings and the extra stuff and the marketing gimmicks. This is pure, potent supplements, pure, potent health, and we're able to bring it to you at fantastic values, which is why I was so excited to have the show with you today, Andrew, to give everyone one more opportunity before these weekend special pricing end. And, you know, you were talking about research and science and how it is the foundation behind everything that you bring us. And I was looking at some of the results of that research and science, some of the opinions millions of experts in the field, and a lot of these stood out for me, in particular this one from the Gerontological Society of America. It says higher intake of these nutrients, we're talking about the lutein and the zeaxanthin, either through diet or supplementation, has been associated with an increase in macular pigment. There's evidence that they may slow the progression of age-related changes in the eyes. And this is the kind of thing that I think, Andrew, for people watching who may be saying, maybe I'm too far gone, you know, maybe my eye problems, they can't be helped. This is proof that you can support that healthy eye function.
Just the opposite.
Yeah.
If you went to your doctor and your doctor was concerned about the health of your retina or macula, you can bet your doctor is talking to you about lutein and zeaxanthin. Again, they are the optical pigments. They are structural components. They are the defining colors that gives the macula its very name. So this is something, it's never too late. It's an opportunity to give your eye something that they require for us to have healthy vision throughout our lifetime. It's just the changes in our lifestyle and our diet that has deprived us of having adequate levels of this in a typical diet. And if you look at the origins of this formula, ophthalmologists, optometrists, opticians now recognize the critical importance of lutein and zeaxanthin to eye health, to retinal health, to macular health. And that is why this is a 12-6 formula. One capsule, probably for almost everyone, is fine. To give you an idea how potent this is, if you look at typical studies, epidemiologic studies, on what the typical American's intake of lutein and zeaxanthin is on a weekly basis, if you swallowed one of these capsules a week, for most Americans, that would double or triple their lutein intake and zeaxanthin intake.
One a week.
Capsule would double or triple.
Oh my gosh.
Let alone if you were taking one every day. So that underscores the problem we all have, that we're not getting enough of this in our diet.
Right.
But it also emphasizes how potent this product is. And we basically were following a blueprint that was recommended to us by a number of health practitioners in terms of the proper level that they want their patients to be getting.
It truly is amazing. I mean, I'm looking at the research and science from the Eye Health Foundation. We have the Journal of Ophthalmology here as well. You know, all of the experts in the field chiming in on what these two particular ingredients can do for you and your eye health. So it is an exciting time, especially if you're watching and you're thinking, this is something I can do. You know, I can take a supplement and I can see what will happen with me and my eye health. I think it's tremendous and it's a great opportunity. So please take advantage of our weekend special pricing for you. As you can see, you can choose anywhere from 30 to 240 capsules. In addition to the free shipping and the 5 flexible payments on this, you also have until the end of January next year, we're in our extended holiday return period, to try everything that we're showing you in this show today, because that is a great way to get it home, try it out, and see what we're talking about. And it is the best way to make an informed decision, for sure. Really excited, Andrew, about this next one. And I have to give you a quick backstory. When I started here 2 years ago, and I heard about you and I started doing some research, I said, where do I start? What can I do? And so many of the hosts, Colleen included, was like, start with the beauty product, the healthy hair, skin, and nails, which, you know, when we think about ProCaps and the supplements that you bring us and the vitamins, we don't typically think beauty product, but what a fantastic way to treat your body to something that can help you support and maintain the growth of healthy skin and hair and nails. And that's what we have here. Tremendous reviews, more than 4,400 of them are perfect 5-star. And today at our special value pricing, you can pick up the 360 capsule. That's almost a year's worth if you were to just take one a day. And your savings is a $30 savings to dive in on this. That honestly was the talk of so many people here. So I'd love to know the backstory on this and what made you decide to bring something that we're categorizing as a beauty product here at HSN.
Well, the backstory was, for years I refused to do it. I was taking myself very seriously, making all the kind of healthy products we talked about before, whether it was our omega-3s for heart health or our Ultimate Eye product. We had all of these great products and their long list of health benefits. And everyone's saying, well, we see all these beauty vitamins. Why not make an ethical beauty vitamin, one that really works? Can't you do that? And I said, sure I can, but it doesn't really fit into what I envision my company doing.
Right.
So here we are, over 20 years later, and my most reviewed and most positively reviewed product. And invariably, when someone stops me on the street, I'd probably say more than half the time when they run up to me and thank me for a product, they're thanking me for healthy hair, skin, and nails. So once again, it shows how little I know when it comes to consumer research. I know my supplements. I know my science. I've been doing that for over 40 years. But it's a product that I didn't realize how important it could be. And what was best said in a letter I received a number of years ago, that it said, Andrew, you always say that you don't make vitamins to treat a disease. You don't try vitamins for medical reasons.
Okay.
Well, healthy hair, skin, and nails treats a disease. I'm like, really? And I continue reading, and it says it treats the most pervasive disease we all suffer from, and that's low self-esteem. That's not feeling great about ourselves.
Wow.
And it's a product that is purely designed to hopefully give you what you need to allow your genetics to show themselves the best way possible.
Well, it crosses all boundaries. It's all ages and ethnicities and male and female. I mean, we all want to look and feel our best. And to your point about the reviews, I mean, I have an entire stack here, which we would never get through in one show, but this kind of sums it up. It says, I originally purchased a hair, skin, and nails product at the drugstore, but after 8 months of no improvement, I switched to Andrew's capsules. Wow, in all caps. What a difference. Within 3 months, my nails were strong and growing longer every day. My hair has changed a lot, as well as my skin. The product is on my must-have list permanently. This one says thicker eyelashes, and I wouldn't have even thought of that. I've been on this supplement about 3 months now and was pleased with the smoother skin and improved texture of my hair, but my biggest surprise I noticed the other day is the volume of my eyelashes has improved dramatically. At 53, this is something I never would have anticipated. It's now a permanent part of my daily regimen. Thank you, Andrew. And these go on and on and on to the tune of nearly 4,500 perfect 5-star reviews. So to make you happy, Andrew, let's talk science and research. What is it about these supplements that has been shown to support the healthy hair, skin, and nails?
Well, you have to understand, reading reviews makes me very happy.
It's got to.
That's my own form of therapy. When I work too much and get too bogged down in work, all I do is review the reviews, and that's what's inspiring to me. That's what makes me feel great. And what's most important about this product is what I talk about with all our products, that it doesn't really matter if you put good ingredients into a supplement, if those ingredients aren't what we call bioavailable. So what you really need to do is contemplate when you create a product. I talked about this with our Open Friendly Flora yesterday, that it's not just sufficient to put it in a capsule and put it on the label. You need to make sure, you need to validate, you need to test, you need to make sure that that product is actually going to go into the person's body who's using it and deliver its benefits to the tissues that require them. And that's what we do with all our products. We make sure that our biotin is bioavailable. It's an ultrafine powder. It's not imprisoned in a rock-hard tablet that can't deliver benefits. So it's actually, it's easier than one would think to make a great supplement. What is really astounding is how few companies seek to do so. And I think that's mostly because they don't make them. They rely on other people to make their products. So, of course, then there's shortcuts. We take no shortcuts because we make everything ourselves, no additives, solar energy, and the only intent is making a product that delivers benefits that will really astound you, really impress you.
And it's amazing to think of that. I mean, we all have it. It's that drawer full, it's a graveyard of products, right? And it's the skin creams and serums and nail polishes and eyelash potions. To think that there is a more scientific and heavily researched way to support the health and the longevity and the look of our hair and skin and nails, it's an exciting thing for people. And that has to be why there are thousands and thousands of perfect 5-star reviews. And I love reading them. And the one that really stood out behind the eyelash one was this one, and it says, results, results, results. There's more exclamation points in this review, Andrew, than I can count. It says, I have bought and used this product before, but it never ceases to amaze me with the immediate, tangible results of thicker, longer, healthier hair, long, strong nails, and smooth, healthy skin. I love it. And that says it all. Immediate, tangible results. So I think I join everyone else and all the other thousands when I say thank you for bringing us a product like this, and no less at this value for your weekend special. So thank you so much, Andrew.
Oh, my pleasure, and pennies a day. And it's, as I said, it's not like we should be so proud of doing what we're doing, because the science is really out there, and the science is self-evident. What's just very sad is most vitamin companies ignore the science that you see in the store. So we just follow the science. And because of that, that's why the products are so perfectly reviewed and so beneficial.
Well, we're really looking forward to your 10 o'clock show tonight with Adam. So if you're watching right now, make sure you tune in for that. And in the meantime, you can always go to hsn.com or use our free app and scroll through the range of supplements and vitamins that Andrew has to offer. Remember, they're all pure, potent forms, no extra additives or binders or any of the yucky stuff. And there's lots of education to be seen on the website. So Andrew, thank you. We'll see you at 10 o'clock tonight. I think he jumped off already. Thank you, Andrew. Are you there?
I'm still here. I just lost you for a second.
I was just saying thank you and inviting everyone to tune in.
6,000 steps while we're on the phone, so that was very
fantastic. Good. I got to go work on my steps now then. We appreciate you so much. Thank you, and we'll see you at 10 o'clock tonight with Adam.
All right, thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
All right, take care.
Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you found something that you know is going to really change your life and help you take control of your health and wellness. As I mentioned, go to our website, check us out on our free app as well, and see everything you need to know about Andrew Lessman and his ProCaps Labs offerings. All right, I'll see you all tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern for Lunch Rush. Have a great day.